Greetings from Austin, Texas. Love Posse. Thank you for liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing to our channel. Today's message, it's time we use our common sense, Love Posse. If you're outside, Love Posse, and you hear thunder, and you look up, and droplets of liquid fall on your face, it's rain, Love Posse, unless you look up and it's a bird flying by pissing on your face. It's common sense, Love Posse. It's common sense that squirrels do not wear shoes, Love Posse. It's time we use our common sense, our sound judgment. We don't need others telling us what is. We can see. We have ears, we have a felt sense, we have our own brain. These are the times. Right now is the time that we use our common sense about everything. Know your body. If you know your body, you know that something foreign that goes in your body may not work for you. It may work for someone else, but not for you, because it's not one size fit all. Love Posse. That's common sense. It's common sense, Love Posse, that $8.25 does not feed a family of 4. You're going to need more money if you're working for the man. The minimum wage has to be increased. And when someone tells you that that's all we can pay you in a country that claims to be the richest country in the world, and CEOs are making millions and millions of dollars year after year, more money, it's common sense, Love Posse, that if they can make millions of dollars, they can pay you more money. It's common sense, Love Posse. If the people you put in office are not working for you, and they're working for the rich, for the corporations, if they're teaming up with lawmakers and Supreme Court justices, creating laws that benefit them and their power, it's common sense. Don't vote for them. They're not for you. If they're telling you this is all we can give you, we can't give you universal health care because it's going to cost too much, but they can pay trillions of dollars to corporations during a pandemic. They can print more money and create inflation. It's common sense, Love Posse. They're not on your team. Common sense. Don't vote for these people. If it doesn't feel right in the body, if it doesn't feel right in your heart, if you just get a sense, this doesn't jive, that's common sense. And it's time we use our common sense. Stop listening to what people are telling us. And pay attention to what's actually happening, what they're actually doing. Even before this pandemic, even before the revolutions, the evolution, I knew it was going to happen. For me, it was common sense. I paid attention. You're suppressing the people. The gap between rich and poor keeps widening and widening. People can't live off of the crumbs you're giving them. Eventually, when you back a dog up in a corner, the dog is going to come out fighting. Eventually, when you oppress people, they're going to say enough is enough. So I knew we had to wake up. was common sense for me. It's time we use our common sense, Love Posse. Not everybody's for you. Pay attention. Your government is not for you. Not everybody is who they say they are. They wear masks. We have personas, sub-personalities. Love Posse. You know it. At work, you are a different person than you are at home. We have different personalities. That's common sense. So these politicians, these money lenders, these lawmakers, they have different personalities. We all do. And they know what works with you. They know how to get you to do what they want you to do. You know how it works. They tap into your emotions. They manipulate you. You go to these Hollywood movies, if they choose the perfect music, they write a story because they know that we all were conditioned through storytelling, even colors. Movies, they use color correction. They choose colors to evoke certain emotions within you. You see, we're always being manipulated, but you have to be wise enough to know that you're being manipulated. You have to use your common sense. How do they get you to buy the things they want you to buy? How do they get you addicted to social media? How do they get you to line up year after year for the new iPhone? Come on, Love Posse. It's time we use our common sense and stop being the puppeteer pulling your strings, and you're going along with it. Use your common sense. We have to come together. We're stronger together. It's common sense that they divided us, saying that we are different races so they can conquer, so they can control the masses, having us fighting each other over ridiculous things. Turf. We don't own shit. We all bleed red. We're all forms of life, like a tree, like a dog, like the ocean. Forms of life. We all go through cycles of birth and death. Love Posse. We all need oxygen. Use your common sense. It's time to wake up. We've taken common sense for granted. Now is the time that we return to basics. Our innate common sense, our innate sound judgment. If it doesn't feel right, if it doesn't sound right, if it doesn't look right, it's not. That's common sense, Love Posse. Remember, squirrels don't wear shoes. Rich people are just not going to give up their money. These corporations are not going to pay you what you're worth. The government, and research this. Check to see how many of those politicians you vote for are millionaires. They don't want to give up their power. They don't want to give up their money. They don't want to share Remember, we're kids. Share, share, share. We've been taught to share. They don't want to share. Think about it. When you were a kid, even now as an adult, how much do you really want to share? Your mother told you, give your sister or brother give your sister and brother some of that candy. No, mine. That's still in us. We have to work to share. Unless you just know that we're all one. And that if I help you, I help myself because you are me. If I am loving and kind and compassionate to all of life, to the planet, if I honor and respect Mother Earth, I'm honoring and respecting myself. You know this. It's in you. You were born with it. But we went through programming. We went through a process of conditioning. And that conditioning, the matrix, was intentional to keep us believing we're separate from each other, that we don't know what's best for ourselves, that we don't know what's healthy for our bodies, that we don't know how to think for ourselves. It was intentional. But it's time we use our common sense. Love Posse. It's time we use our common sense that Spirit gave us, God gave us, the Divine Mother gave us, Allah gave us. Common sense. Thank you for your time, Love Posse. I love you. The Divine loves you. You are loved. Namaste. Namaste.